Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things and I have a lot to tell you about and I only have my left hand free, so I'm going to try to do my makeup for the first time ever with my left hand and tell you what happened. So if that is something you want to do right now, then keep on watching. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to start with the L'Oreal Lumi Spray. So I feel like we need to start where the last Get Ready With Me left off. So I filmed that on a Friday. I used the Catrice foundation. I figured a dropper would be easiest. And that Friday I was fine. Saturday morning I was good. Then on Saturday afternoon I told Scott, you know, my wrist feels kind of weird. I was like, it feels kind of like I sprained it, but like I hadn't done anything, especially since I had been like taking it easy since I had just been in the hospital that week. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong. And he had an ocean swim that night and we were heading out there. So we drove up to the Long Beach Island beach, which it's about 2 hours from our house. And then he did the race. It was still a little sore during the race. I told him, I was like, you know, it's still kind of hurting. I was like, it just feels weird. Like, I don't understand what's happening. After the race, he wanted to grab pizza. We did that. Still felt a little weird. Then as we were driving home, he decided he wanted to stop and get ice cream. So I like found an ice cream place near where we were and we stopped. And that was the first time that I realized something was like not right, because I went to open the door, the car door, and like I couldn't. And I was like, that's weird. So I like used my other hand and I didn't think much about it. We got home around, I want to say 10:30 that night. I took a shower and it was hurting. So I was like, you know what, let me put some ice on it and go to sleep. And that's what I did. And that night I could not sleep. I kept waking up in so much pain from my hand. And I mean, to the point where I think at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I went to our bathroom to see if we had any type of brace or something. I didn't even know if we did. I wound up finding this like little tiny like wrist brace that only covered like this much. And I put it on and went to sleep. And I was like, Scott, first thing in the morning, we gotta go buy me like a real brace. Like, I can't do this. So we get up early on Sunday and we drive over to Target. We get a brace and we come home and and as you've seen, I was able to film 2 videos. Even though I was in pain, I got through them. And then as the day progressed, it began to hurt more and more. And it got to the point where I was like, Scott, like it's changing shape. Like I can tell it's not, you know, just like sore anymore. Like it's raised. Like there was a bump that was starting to form. And I was like, what the heck is this? And it was getting to the point where I was like, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Like I can't go to the emergency room again. Like I can't do this. I can't do this. I was like, what if we just go to urgent care? Knowing like, as far as insurance goes, that's the same cost as going to the freaking ER. But I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I'm in so much pain. So we drive over to urgent care Sunday night. And at this point it's like 8:15 and the urgent care closes at 9. I'm like, they probably like don't want people coming in this late, but like whatever. I go in, they have me take off the brace. And at this point I'm starting to shake because the pain is so severe. I think I'm going to pass out. So the doctor comes in and she looks at it and she goes, there's nothing we can do about this here. This looks like a ganglion cyst. You're going to have to find a hand surgeon. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, at this point, I'm just like, okay. I just want to get the F out of there, basically. I was at this point just gonna like have a breakdown. Scott was in the waiting room and I went up to Scott and I was like, I'll meet you in the car. And I just like completely broke down in the car because I was like, why? Like, why? Why is this happening? Like, I can't believe this is happening. I'm gonna use the Beauty Bakery powder. It was just like, I think I was just triggered at that point by the word cyst. and I was so unhappy. So at this point, we call my parents and they try to calm me down, but that didn't work too well. But the doctor at the urgent care was like, you just need to like ice it and take some Advil. And I was like, that's literally what I've been doing all day, but okay. It is so hard to do this with my left hand. So I was getting even more stressed out because the following morning, I knew that I had an appointment with my OBGYN to follow up on the ER appointment from the week before. And I'm like, I can't do anything. Like, my hand doesn't work. Like, what the heck am I gonna do? I called them and I'm like, hey, I know I have like this schedule, but I can't come in and do anything. Like, I can't fill out paperwork. I can't do anything. I was like, I can come in, I can sit on a chair and I can talk, but that's about like as far as I can go right now. Because also in my mind, I keep thinking, I need to find a hand surgeon somewhere who has an appointment available today. And like, my OBGYN appointment was at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So it wasn't like I was gonna have time to call an office beforehand because none of them were going to be open beforehand. But they basically said, yes, don't worry about it. You can just come in and talk. So I'm going to use the JCat Aquasurance powder. So I go in and I'd already obviously wasted a copay the night before. Here comes waste of copay number 2 in 24 hours. I go in and she's like, and it's like a physician's assistant. It's like an office I've never been to before. And it's a physician's assistant. And she's like, what can I do for you? And I basically tell her about the ER trip the week before and that they told me to follow up with an OBGYN. And she looks over the ER report and she's like, the ultrasound was clear. I said, yeah, but they said they saw it on the CAT scan. And she says like, Urban Decay eyeliner. She says, if anything on my other ovary had been like that bad, it would have shown on the ultrasound. So anything that they saw basically was fine and I didn't have to worry about. I was like, well, glad I came in. And so that was about it for that. Then I came home and I called, and somehow luckily I had just like a list of numbers that I was gonna go through and call. And luckily the first number I called had an appointment available later that afternoon. I literally just got black eyeliner everywhere. Gosh darn it. So I went to this doctor that day. Oh, I'm so distracted right now because I just got black eyeshadow. I just got black eyeliner everywhere. Oh, gotta make it even. Okay, so basically I go to, now that one looks even worse. This is so bad. Oh my gosh. I'm just covered in black. Okay, so I go to this doctor. He's really nice, I like him a lot. He looks over my hand and he says, basically, it looks like tendinitis. I don't know, I guess that's a lot better than it being a cyst. But I'm basically like this now for a week, and then in a different splint where my fingers can move for a week. But he said like, this happened from like working on a computer. Now, I'm like this for 2 weeks. Well, I'm in some form of a brace for the next 2 weeks. Well, I don't know when this is going up, but I have my follow-up appointment with him on the 12th. It's looking real bad. Let's do the brows. And it's so funny because like so many people were like, did you fall? Did you like use it? And I was like, no, I literally had been like taking a few days off at that point from doing anything because of the ER trip. So Scott's been helping me out with a lot of stuff. He's been helping me edit a little. He does my ponytails because I can't do my ponytails. That's why my hair looks however it looks. He's learning that still. I can't like shower without help because I can't like squeeze. I have to like, he has to squeeze the shampoo and stuff into one of my hands. It's just been an experience for sure. Basically the doctor said I can't type for 2 weeks. And I was just like, huh, how does one not type? for that long. I've been using a lot of voice to text on my phone. I've been doing a lot of this kind of holding stuff. It's funny because I've had a semi-hand injury once. I slammed this hand in a car door, which I talked about in my last video, but it was my left hand. I've really never not had use of my right hand. And it is interesting. So this is seriously the first time I've ever used my left hand to do makeup. So I tried to pick some of the simplest tools to work with, so we'll see how this turns out. I've been watching a lot of Netflix. If you guys want to know what kind of Netflix I've been watching, we can go through a bunch of shows I've recently watched, because I feel like I've found some really good ones lately. Okay, let's start. The first one was a show called In the Dark. So In the Dark was really good. It is a story about a girl who is blind, and her best friend is murdered, and she kind of becomes obsessed with helping, you know, solve the case. And it was a very, very interesting story. I enjoyed it a lot. I think that has only had one season so far. The next was, I guess, a mini series called Tale of the Cities, and that took place in San Francisco. And it was almost like about this home that's been like a safe haven to the LGBTQ community since the 60s. And it followed the stories of a couple individuals, and it was interesting to see the generational differences from people that lived in the house in the 60s to like people that were living there today. Obviously it's an imaginary house, but that was interesting. I also watched a show called Mindhunter. So this is a show about the FBI in the 70s, and it's like right around the time when, you know, all these serial killers started coming about, I guess you could say. And there were people at the FBI that wanted to learn, like, why is this happening? What is making people do this? And it was basically the beginning, so to speak, of profiling at the FBI. And I thought that was very interesting. And then right after that, I started watching a show called, this isn't just over, you know, the couple days I've had this. This is about like the last month or two shows I've found. The next show I watched, I guess this was also a mini series, was called Manhunt, Unabomber, and it was about how they used profiling at the FBI to catch the Unabomber, which was very cool to watch right after I had watched Mindhunter. And then now I just started a show. It's American Crime Story, and it's the Assassination of Versace. It's been pretty creepy so far. It's kind of about the guy who killed Gianni Versace. Very creepy individual. So I did use the Tarte Pro Glow 3, and I kind of like it. I've been really also enjoying the Thrive mascara. So yeah, those are some of my most recent Netflix finds that I've really been enjoying. Also, a YouTube channel I was really getting into prior to all of this craziness that's been happening is called Mad Fit. It was a recommendation from Jessica Braun, and she has like these like 15-20 minute workouts, and they're so, I don't want to say they're easy, they're definitely hard, like, but it's just easy to like drop everything for, you know, 15 to 20 minutes and try these different workouts. She has like ones for beginners, she has like upper body, core, some of them are equipment free. I feel like they're, oh god, I was waiting for something like that to happen. Like even Scott's been enjoying doing them, so, and he's a lot more advanced than me. We're just gonna leave it like that for now. This Revlon Ultra HD lips, what is it, the matte lip color in Seduction is like been my favorite thing to just throw on all summer. It smells like those little push pops I used to eat all the time when I was little. Oh god. I don't know. What do we think? I mean, for left-handed makeup, I probably could have done worse. I didn't even attempt to really do eye makeup. I just used some bronzer and highlighter. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. But yeah, that is why I'm like this for now. I don't know if my uploads are going to be more infrequent. I did have a decent amount pre-filmed before this started. If there's anything specifically hands-free that you guys want to see, let me know. I know I definitely have one haul to share. Oh, TJ Maxx, best finds ever over the last month. And other than that, I'm totally fine. Do not worry about me. It's more of a nuisance than anything having a flipper. I like to tell people I'm flippering them off, so don't worry about me. And yeah, that is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!